Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to explore something pretty special, an ancient set of mental tools designed to completely reframe our relationship with everything difficult. Let's dive into this ancient art of mind training.
So, does life ever feel like you're just navigating a minefield of challenges? You know that feeling, right? Like you're being constantly bombarded from all sides. It's a feeling we all know really, really well.
Sometimes it's a piece of tough feedback at work that just completely knocks you off balance.
Or maybe it's the crushing weight of a project deadline that's just looming over you.
Or, it could just be that endless stream of distractions pulling you in a million different directions. The thing is, these aren't just external problems, are they? They're internal battles with our own reactions. So, what if there was a way to change the very mind that experiences them?
Well, there is. And it's a practice that's been tested and refined for centuries. It's called Lojong mind training.
Okay, so Lojong is an ancient Tibetan Buddhist practice, but you don't have to think of it in those terms. A better way to look at it is like an operating system for your mind. Seriously, it's a series of powerful, short, memorable slogans designed to help you flip your perspective on any challenge that comes your way.
So let's unpack the first 12 slogans. Think of them as a foundational toolkit for building some profound mental and emotional resilience.
Every great journey starts with that first step, right? This slogan, "First train in the preliminaries," is all about reminding us to build a solid foundation. It's about taking a moment to reflect on what truly matters, this precious life we have, the fact that it isn't permanent, and how our own self-obsession is so often the real root of our suffering.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. It's an invitation to see our experiences in a totally new light. In this context, dharmas just means all things or all phenomena. So the slogan is telling us to treat all of our experiences, the good, the bad, the painful, the joyful, not as these solid, permanent walls, but more like passing events in a dream. It's basically an ancient form of what modern psychology today calls cognitive reframing. This sounds super complex, I know, but it's actually beautifully simple. All it means is look at your own mind. That's it. Don't analyze it, don't judge it, just watch it. Notice how it's constantly shifting and changing, how thoughts and feelings just kind of appear from nowhere and then dissolve. There's nothing solid to grab onto. And here's a fascinating twist. This suggests that even the most profound insights can become something we cling to. This slogan is a super subtle reminder not to fixate on anything, not even the brilliant realization that nothing is solid. You have to let that insight go too. True freedom is in not being attached to anything.
This slogan points to a place we can always return to. You can think of alaya as the ground of our being, that basic, unbiased awareness that's always available, right underneath the chaos of our thoughts. It's about bringing your mind back home, right here, to this present moment.
All right, this next one is all about taking this practice off the cushion and into our actual lives. After you've spent some time in practice, don't let the world become all heavy and solid again. Carry that feeling of openness with you. Realize that situations are way more pliable than they seem. There's always space, things are workable. This introduces a core meditation practice called Tonglen, and it's really radical compassion in action. It's simple. As you breathe in, you imagine taking in the suffering of others, with total openness and compassion. As you breathe out, you send out happiness, peace, and relief to them. You're literally using your breath as a vehicle to connect with the world. Okay, so what on earth are these? Well, the three objects are our friends, our enemies, and those we feel kind of neutral about. The three poisons are our automatic reactions: craving our friends, aversion to our enemies, and just indifference to the neutrals. The slogan teaches us to own those feelings. When you feel that craving, for instance, fully feel it, and then wish for all beings to be free of it. And in this way, the poisons of our mind become the actual seeds of our compassion.
This one is the ultimate call to be practical. These slogans aren't just for quiet meditation, they are meant to be used on the spot. The second you feel that old, familiar wave of self-centeredness or unkindness, recall a slogan. Use it right then and there to dissolve the ego and bring in a little more kindness.
You know the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. It's so true. This slogan reminds us that genuine compassion has to start at home, with ourselves. Whatever pain you feel, breathe it in for yourself, and wish that all beings could be free of that same pain. Whatever joy you feel, breathe it out for others. Our own life becomes the perfect stepping stone to universal empathy. This leads perfectly to our 11th slogan, which is, transform all mishaps into the path of awakening. I mean, how cool is that? It's all about using obstacles as fuel. And it really reminds me of the ancient Chinese myth of the Dragon Gate. The story goes that a single carp that fights its way up a powerful, raging waterfall can actually transform into a mighty dragon. This illustrates the slogan's point so beautifully. Our challenges aren't there to stop us. They are the very waterfall we must leap to transform ourselves.
Oh, this one is huge. Absolutely huge. When someone says or does something and you feel that hook, that immediate flash of anger or blame, this slogan asks you to just pause. Instead of focusing on them and what they did, look at what's happening in you. The source of your suffering isn't what they did. It's your own reactivity, your own self-righteousness. And that's the one thing you actually have control over.
So how does all this ancient wisdom actually work in our modern lives? Let's take a common, high-stress situation and apply this toolkit.
Okay, imagine this. You're in a meeting and your project is getting torn apart. Step 1, notice the hook. Feel that heat rise, that defensive posture? That's it. That's the hook. Step 2, recall a slogan. Maybe drive all blames into one. Step 3, inquire within. Instead of mentally listing all the reasons they're wrong, just ask yourself, wow, why am I so hooked by this? Shift the focus from them to your own feeling. And finally, step 4, practice Tonglen, right there in your chair. Breathe in the discomfort of the room for yourself and everyone else, and then breathe out calm and clarity. You've just transformed a crisis into a moment of practice.
So you see, what we've been exploring isn't about avoiding pain or getting rid of problems. It's about fundamentally changing our relationship with them.
Ultimately, the goal here isn't to create some kind of problem-free life. I mean, that's just impossible. The goal is to develop a mind that can't be defeated by problems, a mind that is resilient, compassionate, and fundamentally spacious, no matter what life decides to throw at it.
And that leaves us with a question to carry forward. Take a look at the challenges in your own life right now. Using these tools, which obstacle will you choose to transform into your own personal Dragon Gate?